Most people have between $200 and $500 worth of wasted spending sitting in their bank statements right now, and they have absolutely no idea it's there. Not because they're careless, not because they're bad with money, but because nobody ever showed them how to actually look. That's what we're doing today. My name is Kate, and welcome to Cost of Living Kate. Here's something most people do when they feel financially squeezed. They decide they need a budget. So they sit down, they write out what they think they spend, they set some limits, they feel good about it for about 4 days, and then absolutely nothing changes. The reason that keeps happening isn't a lack of discipline. It's that they skipped a step. You cannot build a budget that works until you know exactly where your money is actually going right now. Not where you think it's going, not where it should be going. Where is it actually going? That step is called a spending audit, and it is the single most important financial exercise you will ever do. It takes about 30 minutes, it costs nothing, and for most people, it is genuinely shocking. In the best possible way, because once you can see the problem clearly, you can fix it. A spending audit is not a budget. A budget is a plan for where your money should go in the future. An audit is an honest look at where it actually went in the past. That distinction matters because one is based on intention and the other is based on reality. And for most people, those two things are very different. The audit gives you your real numbers, and your real numbers are the only thing worth working with. Because at the end of the day, everything else is just guesswork. Here's exactly how to run your spending audit. You need 30 minutes, access to your last 30 days of bank and credit card statements, and something to record your findings. A notebook, a spreadsheet, whatever works for you. Step 1, gather everything. Pull up every account you spend from. Bank accounts, credit cards, digital wallets, all of it. You need the complete picture, not just the main account. Most people are surprised by how much sits across multiple accounts that never get looked at together. If you have a credit card you use for online purchases and a bank account you use for everything else, both need to be in front of you. Miss one, and your audit is already incomplete. Step 2, categorize every transaction. Go through each transaction and assign it a category. Keep your categories simple. Groceries, dining out, subscriptions, fuel, utilities, entertainment, clothing, health, and personal care, and a miscellaneous category for anything that doesn't fit. Don't overthink the categories. The point is grouping, not perfection. Step 3, total each category. Add up everything in each category and write down the monthly total. Don't edit the numbers, don't round down. Write exactly what you spent. Step 4, look at it honestly. This is where most people feel uncomfortable, and that discomfort is useful. You're not looking at these numbers to judge yourself. You're looking at them to understand your current reality. There's no right or wrong answer here. There's only what's true. Step 5, identify your top 3 leaks. Look across your categories and find the 3 where your spending is higher than you expected, or higher than it needs to be. These are your leaks. For most people, one of them is subscriptions they've forgotten about. One is food, either too many snacks in the groceries or dining out or both. And one is something personal that surprises them every time. Those 3 categories are where your first financial wins are sitting right now. I want to spend some extra time on subscriptions because in my experience, this is where most people get the biggest shock and where the easiest money is recovered. Here's the thing about subscriptions. They are specifically designed to be forgettable. A small amount, charged automatically, usually on a date that has no connection to your pay cycle, with a company name on your statement that is sometimes different to the product name you actually recognize. That combination is not accidental. It is a business model built on the assumption that you won't notice, or if you do notice, you won't bother to cancel. Think about how many subscriptions you currently have. Most people guess somewhere between 3 and 5. When they actually go through their statements, the real number is usually between 8 and 15. Streaming services are the obvious ones, but then there are app subscriptions, cloud storage, music platforms, news sites, fitness apps, software tools, meal kit services, and digital magazines. Each one feels small in isolation. Together, they quietly drain hundreds of dollars every single month. But here's the version of this that costs people the most money and gets talked about the least. The free trial that became a paid subscription without you realizing it. You sign up for a free trial. Maybe it's 14 days, maybe it's 30. You use it for a few days, life gets busy, you forget about it entirely. The trial ends and the subscription automatically rolls over to a paid plan. The charge appears on your statement under a name you barely recognize, for an amount small enough that it doesn't trigger alarm bells, and it just keeps going, month after month, sometimes for years. I've spoken to people who have been paying for a service for 18 months that they used for exactly 4 days during the free trial. The company made somewhere between $150 and $300 from a customer who received almost zero value, simply because canceling never became urgent enough to action. When you go through your statements during your audit, specifically look for charges from companies you don't immediately recognize. Don't skip past them. Look them up, find out what they are. If you can't remember signing up for it, there is a very good chance it started as a free trial that you never canceled. And if you're not actively using it right now, cancel it today, not tomorrow, today, because every day you wait is more money leaving your account for nothing. The other version of this worth watching for is annual subscriptions. These are sneaky because they only appear once a year, which means they can catch you completely off guard. A charge that hits once in January and once the following January barely registers as a recurring cost, but it is one. When you're going through your statements, go back further than 30 days for anything that looks like it might be an annual charge, and make sure you're accounting for those too. Beyond subscriptions, the other area that consistently surprises people is food spending. And it's almost always higher than people estimate because it's split across so many separate transactions. The big weekly grocery shop, the top-up midweek because you ran out of something, which usually involves buying more than you planned on impulse, or the coffee on the way to work, or the lunch grabbed on a busy day. Because you didn't make time to prepare lunch before you left home, or the takeaway on Friday night because everyone was exhausted. Individually, every single one of those feels reasonable. Together, they often add up to the single biggest category in the entire audit. And the third surprise is different for everyone, but it's always there. Every single time. That's the one that tends to stick with people the longest because it's personal. It's the spending pattern they didn't expect to see staring back at them. Once you have your audit done, don't do anything with it yet, except for those subscriptions you identified that you're not using. Cancel those immediately. Every other decision, sit with for 24 hours and let the numbers settle. Reactive decisions made from a place of shock are rarely the right ones. In the next video, we're going to take exactly what you found in your audit and turn it into a budget that actually works. One built on your real numbers instead of your best intentions. That's when the broader changes start happening. For now, your one job is to do the audit. That's your first step. 30 minutes, your last 30 days of statements, every transaction categorized, your totals written down, and your top 3 leaks identified. That's it. Do that before the next video, and you'll already be in a completely different position than you are right now. If this was useful, subscribe so you don't miss what comes next, because next week is where the audit turns into action. And share this with anyone you know who's feeling the financial squeeze right now, because chances are they need this too. I'm Kate. See you in the next video.